So, as you know, we had a problem with the forks in the last episode. Tried to use the Himalayan forks as they were and just slide them right into the triple tree. They're the same diameter of tube. Thought they were going to work. Problem was we started running into mounting issues for the brake caliper, and we started running into issues for the ABS sensor. So I thought maybe I could do some mods, kind of grinding some things down. Just didn't work. The front brake caliper is just a little bit off in spacing from the Himalayan brake caliper. So after a bunch of struggling to try and make it work, I decided I'm just going to go back to Motopia. Guys at Motopia, New Mexico are so awesome. Scott, Jesse, David Hall Effect. He does shocks and all kinds of cool stuff. He actually swapped tubes for me, took the Himalayan tubes off, put them into the stock lowers of the Interceptor, and went in like a breeze. So even though it wasn't ideal, I was kind of looking forward to the heavier duty lowers of the Himalayan. We did use the tube and everything else from inside of the Himalayan forks and just use the Interceptor lowers, and it's worked great. Gave me the length that I wanted, a little bit more travel, and raised the front end of the bike up. So all in all, you know, after struggling a little bit of trial and error, it was actually kind of nice to be able to just use all the stock lowers. All right, well, let's start with the first things I did to the bike when I got it. I had the power commander put in. Made a huge difference in the mapping for the exhaust. Let's start with the tires. I got the Bridgestone AX41 Battle Axe tires. Pretty knobby. I really enjoyed the look of these. I think they look great. I really enjoy how they grip on the dirt and sand. Pretty great. I know when they were new and a little knobbier, getting it out on the freeway, we did a long ride up to northern New Mexico, and it was a little sketchy on the freeway. At about 75, 80 miles an hour, I was getting a little bit of a wobble. I'm a little disappointed with the size of the front wheel. It's an 18. I think off-road wise, I'm really going to need to go to a 21-inch wheel, and I plan on doing that. I also changed out the indicators right away. Those were some of the first things I did. I didn't like those big indicators that were there. I ordered these online and replaced those right away. Added the little windscreen right there. I also did the same thing to the rear indicators and rear brake light. I changed those right away. Pulled the old ones off. It was really easy. I was able to reuse the mounting plate for the rear brake light, so that worked great. A buddy of mine gave me a seat that I think actually it's a touring seat, and it's actually a little bit more comfortable and looks a little cooler than the stock seat that was on there. It is a Royal Enfield seat. I added the hand guards there. It's there for brush protection, also trees and branches. I added bar end mirrors, but I'm also going to try and test out some adventure bike mirrors, and that's what those little studs are sticking up right there. I haven't put them on yet. I'll do a separate video on that, but I did add that Red Rooster skid plate down there. That bash plate actually did come in handy a couple of times. I did hit some stuff that was on the dirt road and came up and hit the underside of the oil pan, and I think that will help protect it, you know, as I do more rock stuff. But, you know, it's not a dirt bike. It's not even, you know, enduro. It's a street bike that's been modified, and because of the weight and the engine displacement, I think it makes a pretty decent, you know, dual sport off-road bike, and basically a small adventure bike as needed. And I've enjoyed it. I've taken it on many long rides already, both a little bit of dirt and highway, and I can't say that there's anything that I'm disappointed in other than maybe the front wheel. Like I said, I'd like to make that a 21-inch wheel, but all in all, I'm very happy with this bike. So we're going to do in the last video, I'm going to take this out, do a little shakedown run on it in the dirt with the guys, and kind of see how it holds up. You know, it's not 100% done yet. I still have to do the rear suspension. So I do have some Hagen rear shocks that I think I'm going to try and pop on there. They're longer than the stock shocks, a little more heavy duty, and I'm going to see how these work on the rear. So these will be the next set of shocks that I throw on there. and it should bring up the back end of the bike, kind of level it out a little bit so the front end's not so much higher. But looking forward to it. Some Hagen shocks, and let you guys know how it works out.